Hello everyone, we are learning web development step by step and we have learned the basics of HTML in other series of video. And in this series of video, we will be learning JavaScript. HTML is all about look and feel. So we build the body using HTML, how the website will look and how it will appear to the users. HTML deal with color, style and the position of the website components, whereas JavaScript is the soul of the website, which allows us to perform any task or do any activity on our website. For example, if you are going to place a button on your website, that you are going to do using HTML. But if you want to add some task on click of this button, that is to be done using JavaScript. So here I already have a basic HTML file into which I have simply added a text. Now we are going to add some JavaScript in this HTML file and we will see how does that work. So to get an idea what a JavaScript can do to HTML file, we are going to perform a task on this HTML file using JavaScript. We can simply change the background color of an element using JavaScript for the first step of our JavaScript. So in this HTML file, we simply have a single div element and we are going to add a background color to it, and then using JavaScript we are going to change the color of this element. So for that, first we are going to add a background color to this div element. To add a background color to this div element, we are going to use CSS. To add a background color to this div element, we are going to simply add an style attribute to this element. First, the background color, we will put it as a red. Let's see how it is appearing on the browser. Here we can see that the div has a background color of red. Now our motto is to change this background color on the load of this HTML page to some other color other than red. How we will do that? To do that, first we have to get the access of this element and then we are going to change the style property of this element. To access any element in a HTML file, we should have an ID attribute to that element. ID will be the unique identifier which will be unique to a particular element, and we will be using that ID to access that element. You can put the ID as whatever you want. Now I will try to access this div. To add any JavaScript or script logic, you have to add a script tag inside this HTML file. First we will get the access to whole of the HTML file, and then inside that we are going to get this particular element using its ID. So to access the whole HTML file, we will use document. So document basically represents the whole HTML file, and from the HTML file we have to get element by ID. So we will just write get element by ID and we have to pass the ID name inside this. So what is the name of our ID? My ID. So we will copy this and paste over here. Now you can access this particular element through this script, and what we have to change, we have to mention over here. So let's say if we want to change the style, so you have to write dot style and then you have to say that you have to change the background color. So once you write BAC, you will get a list of options. From there you can select background color and you can change the background color to anything you want. So here I am going to pass a string and inside that I am going to pass the hex of the color I want to change it to. Or else I can simply write the color name. I will write blue. So now what will happen when the HTML file will load? This div will be loaded with the background color as red, and then once this script is run, the element background color will change to blue. Let's see how it works on the web browser. So I haven't reloaded this HTML file, so it is red in color till now. Once I refresh this, we can see the background color of this element has been changed to blue. So there are a lot of things you can do with JavaScript. You can add events to element and you can even trigger some events using JavaScript. In the later videos, we are going to use JavaScript to perform different type of tasks, and we will learn the basics of JavaScript fundamentals and we will try to master JavaScript. So now just like the video and subscribe to my channel, so that the next time I'm going to upload a video on JavaScript, you will get a notification. Thanks for watching everyone. Happy coding. See you in the next video.